Broadcast. I'm Colleen.
I'm Amanda.
And I'm Shandy.
Broadcast.
Think of us as girls' night in podcast form.
Feminism,
Sex,
Relationships,
politics,
pop culture,
nothing is off limits.
and we mean nothing.
So pop a bottle and grab a bag of Fritos.
I have really good chips here.
And come speak your feels with us. That's what she said.
The broadcast.
Proud member of Jay and Jack Productions and Blog Talk Radio.
Find us on iTunes or wherever else you get your podcasts.
Do you want to know how to watch TV? Ba-da-da-da. Everything on AMC, the mystery. Ba-da-da-da. You hear about this and you read about that. I don't want to look at Grumpy Cat. This is how to watch TV. What's that I hear? You hear the lost finale. It's not your fault that you can't see what we see. This is how to watch TV. On Come Up In's Network. This is how to watch TV. On Come Up In's Network. This is how to watch TV.
The Walking Dead with Joel and Jeremy. My name's Joel.
I'm Jeremy. We are brought to you by Comeuppance Network. You can check out all of our social media sites at thisishowtowatchtv.com and email us at thisishowtowatchtv@gmail.com.
That is accurate. Although this one is TWD with Joel and Jeremy at gmail.com.
Oh, that's
as
right.
well.
TWD with Joel and Jeremy at gmail.com. Sorry.
Also, check out all of the Jay and Jack shows. They do lots of other TV shows as well as other random subject podcasts. jayandjack.com/iTunes/Patreon/network. If you want to financially support in any way, contribute, then by all means do so. Subscribe to our other shows. Check out whatever. Check out all the other stuff on Comeuppance Network, blah, blah, blah. So, we are here to talk about 2 episodes of The Walking Dead. We had a busy 2 weeks, and now we're talking about episode 810, The Lost and the Plunderers, and episode 811, Dead or Alive or.
Dead or alive or other?
That was just what the episode was named.
Okay.
Dead or Alive or.
Okay.
So the first one starts with something unfamiliar. The where it says Michonne on the screen.
it was like a 1980s movie. It was crazy.
Right.
The way they're doing those weird zoom-ins and stuff.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So Michonne finds the handprints, which we talked about. That was probably going to happen. But she didn't take the board. Wouldn't that be the first thing you do real quick? Break that board and take it with you? Throw it in your backpack? I get that,
yeah, man.
I get you how to travel light, but come on. That's the last thing of Carl and Judith together.
Right.
And do you think they'll go back to that someday? And find it again? And see, Judith will go back there and remember having done that with Carl?
It'd be kind of cool, if they went back, I don't know, depending on how much longer the show goes.
I don't think it ends next season.
I didn't say that.
You're I'd be shocked if it goes more than another season or 2. I just don't.
I don't think I said another season or 2. I said another 3 seasons maybe. You seem to think this is going to go on indefinitely.
It doesn't.
Which the comic book does. I get it.
Yeah.
But
if they had ended the comic book, it'd be oh, okay. Well, then they're going to build towards that ending. But I don't know. It feels like they're figuring out ways to turn over the entire cast.
they've been doing it since the beginning.
Right. That's just how it goes. So they leave Alexandria, and Rick wonders what Carl meant by stop fighting. And we find out that he wrote a note to Negan as well. And they get trapped in the garbage people's garbage pit. And that's when we see the ridiculous, crazy camera zoom-ins.
Yeah.
It was so ridiculous. It was awesome, though.
I wonder if it
Wait,
had
let's do it real quick.
If they had a guest director, you going to zoom in?
So that
right.
Yeah. Damn it, now I got to edit that. I shouldn't have done that. Not going to remember to do that.
So it's just going to look weird doing it.
Let's see. So then we get a Negan title card. He's not even mad that Carl played him. Gavin is that guy's name.
Yeah, stabbed in the neck guy.
Right. Negan tells Simon that the garbage people are a resource, and they take one out, and the rest will fall in line. And Simon's just I just want to cut our losses. Can we just cut our losses on them? And then right at that moment, Hilltop sends a casket with the bodies. Can you shut the door, pal? Or they're coming in. Never mind. Go ahead. Hilltop sent a casket with a body in it, and that says the one that says we have 38 more.
Right.
And Simon is being insubordinate, shall we say, to Negan.
Yeah, that was a tense moment there. I think any moment with Lucille is a tense moment.
Oh, you think it was a tense moment because he could have messed him up?
Because, I mean, at any point he's holding that bat, like, and he just has the power to just beat somebody's brains in.
I guess you have to let him, don't you? Like, in a way. I mean, I guess
you could just fight him, yeah, but, like, I don't know. Like, he's Negan, so everybody's, like, on his nuts.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Hi, River. Gremlin.
So then we get an Enid title card, and her and Aaron went to Oceanside to ask for their help. And the old leader's granddaughter is kind of a douche.
Right.
Like, she was way cooler when we were last there. I
More
guess
open.
she's got to be I guess she has to be the leader now.
Of course, she was the one who was open to, like, we have to bring other people in. Like, wasn't she kind of like that? Like, defiant to her grandmother's wishes to not bring it,
kind of
and then got her grandmother killed.
Right.
So now she's got to be...
I get it, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. So Aaron wants to stay and try to convince him to fight.
And, of course, she can't trust Rick and them, they... Like, kind of got the grandmother killed, It's part of the reason why she got killed.
Oh, right, yeah.
Or who didn't our group kill her or something like that? Wasn't it like Tanya or somebody that shot her in the... Tanya. Who's
Tara.
Tara.
I
Did
think
Tara
so.
shoot her by accident or something?
I don't remember. I can't remember everything in the show forever. Don't quiz me. I like the show, okay? That's enough, isn't it? I still watch. I love it.
Don't quiz me.
They promise each other they will be okay, and Enid leaves. They promise each other they'll see each other again, basically.
Right.
Then we go to a Simon title card, and he's been riling up the people and is snarky about Negan's orders. Oh, we're just going to sit on our dicks some more.
Yeah.
I mean, he demands an apology from the garbage people, and she says she delivered Rick to them, and they shot at him. Like, no deal. We deliver Rick.
Yeah.
Simon, he's like, bullshit! Just like loses it. He just screamed out, and he's like, it's okay, though? Then demands their guns, and he asks about the helipad and the solar panels. What was this place? So do you think it just was a dump? I mean, it had to be a dump, because there's no way they're going to move all that garbage there or create it themselves. So, like, but the helipad and solar panels?
It's like some sort of... I think it has something to do with something. Like, it does... Helipad. We saw a helicopter.
We did see a helicopter.
Rick saw a helicopter.
You know that Morgan's going to Fear the Walking Dead, right?
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Crossover, huh?
That's got to be the helicopter.
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it's going to where, like, he was gone for a while.
No. Current Morgan is going to Fear the Walking Dead. I'm sorry, I guess that's a spoiler. Because they haven't shown it in this show yet. They haven't shown it in Walking Dead. But Robert Kirkman, I'm sorry, Robert Kirkman was talking so openly about it on Harmontown that, like, I didn't think it was a spoiler anymore. I really apologize. I try not to do any spoiler kind of stuff.
Yeah,
but
you
now
can
that
go
it's
in
out
and edit there, and you can say, hey, spoiler alert coming up.
I'm not going to do that.
You wouldn't do that?
Yeah, that's
okay.
too... I'm already editing I'm not doing it that time. You're not getting a double zoom in, just the single zoom in. But yeah, so that's kind of cool, right? That Morgan's transferring shows.
Now I gotta watch Fear the Walking Dead.
Right. But we don't have to talk about it necessarily. We could.
No, I wasn't saying it like that because of that. I was just like, more fucking zombies. Like,
right. It's a different show, man. It's a totally different show. Have you watched any of it?
I watched the first season, and then the last I remember, they were on the ship, the crazy ass fucking cruise ship. They had all gotten on there, and then they found another ship, and they were trying to, like, rescue people, and there was zombies floating in the water.
Dude, yeah,
it was really super fucking kind of moment, and I don't remember watching after that. Not that I got scared of it,
You're like, I'm done.
Yeah. Zombies in the water.
Yeah, they're creepy.
Yeah.
So he kills two of them in front of the garbage lady and Jadis, and she punches him in the face and says there is remorse, for the apology. He was saying it wasn't legit enough.
Right.
Simon has them all killed. Holy
It just-
fucking shit.
Just wipes him out.
Just wipes him out. And then Rick radios Negan. And Simon looks and notices he has blue paint on his shoes. What is the fucking significance there? We saw the blue paint twice. When Rick and them walked in, we see he steps in the blue paint or something, or the blue paint spilled. Oh, that's all it was, that it was showing from him before.
I thought it was
Simon
something like a
spilled it.
trap, like when they walked in, like they walked through the blue paint, and that way that
They'd see where they
they'd see
stepped.
where they walked. Like if they tried to hide in the garbage,
Right.
they could track them.
But Simon ended up with it on his shoe, too. That's
Right.
going to be one of those things that gives him away.
Yeah, for killing everybody at the thing,
Right.
like he disobeyed an order.
Yep. So we go to Jadis, and Rick and Michonne barely make it out and find Jadis by herself. She's talking normal,
Yeah,
which was cool.
this was after. This was after
Yeah.
the most disgusting. No, this is
No,
before
this is
that.
before.
Yeah.
She looked at this place as a canvas, and they were the paint. You know what I mean? Like the humans could do whatever they wanted here, and they were truly something different.
Which is why they talk different. And
Right. Rick car doors his way through the herd, and he doesn't let Jadis out. And
not
leaves her
only
behind
car doors away from it, bends the trim on the car
That's
to
pretty cool.
point,
to poke and stab
fucking
him.
stab him in the face.
Stab him once in the head and once in the dick.
Yeah.
You know, just
Just smash,
double
smash.
double whammy.
It was pretty cool how they fought their way through the zombies.
Yeah, so then she's leading a herd up a path to a combine thing that is chewing up the walkers, aka her old friends. You know, she had to watch them all. No need for the conveyor belt shot, I wrote.
I mean, horrible.
Just meat chunks.
It's just the most disgusting thing
yeah.
I've ever seen. Anyway, like,
Want to get some burgers after
like
this?
what I thought, what I thought was going to happen during that scene is that they were going to like pile up so much that it was going to like clog that machine, and they were eventually going to be able to like walk across and get her.
Oh, yeah?
But no, all of them.
Yeah, all of them.
It ground all of them into
Uh-huh.
nothing.
Yeah, she watches her friends get chewed up by the machine and then eats canned food alone. Some applesauce.
Ugh.
I
Dude,
mean,
I was
she
so
became
queasy
so
at that
much
point.
cooler of a character, though, in that instant.
Well,
to
she
me.
becomes part of the cast now, don't you think?
I would think so. I think
some
she'd
point.
be. They had a whole other group just to bring her in. Essentially,
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
when you
And
think
now
about
she's
it like
a
that.
little like, yeah, you're right though. I think she just become a cool character, even though she was involved.
Just
in one of the most
talking
disgusting
normal
scenes.
made her more interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
instantly. Rick, title card. He's justifying what he did to Jadis. He did the same thing to Sadiq. He learned nothing. Shot over his head. Because he goes, I shot over her head. She'll be fine. You did the same fucking thing to Sadiq.
So he's not.
You didn't learn your lesson. She goes, this feels like what Carl was talking about.
Yeah.
And he pulls over, and then he reads the note to Negan. And then he calls Negan on the walkie and tells him Carl died, and that Carl asked for peace, but it's too late for that, and tells him he's going to kill him. And then Negan asks how Carl died. He's like, was it us? And he's like, no, it wasn't you. Like,
Right.
snarled back at him. Like,
Right.
I get it. He's fucking pissed at Negan. But I don't know, man. Like, I get this show deals in shades of gray. Because I don't think he's necessarily the bad guy. Like, maybe he does what he says he does. Maybe he does save people.
It's just
We're
that
mad at him because he killed Glenn and Abraham.
right.
And that, we never let that go. Even as viewers. You can't really get past that. It's tough to. But that's what they do to make people fall in line to live.
And survive
And
as
Rick
a
could've-
functional.
yeah.
I mean, he had the biggest, most, functional
Compound or
group
grouping
of people. Yeah, all the different outposts and lookouts. They seem to be communicating really well.
I never talk while vaping.
Right.
Ugh. That was awful.
Right.
I used to be able to do that while smoking. Vaping does not work the
Right.
same. Let's see. So Carl went out to help someone and he got bit. And then Negan gets choked up. And he's like, I had plans for him. He was the future.
Yeah.
He was built for this shit. And Negan blames Rick for Carl's death.
Dude, like, all I could think about was like, wow, Rick ain't got shit to say to this. Like him blaming him. Like
That he
Negan
didn't
being
have a
like,
response, you mean?
Yeah. I was like, that might not be 100% true, but some of that's fucking true.
Yeah.
Some of
Negan's
that
like,
shit
I
is your
stop
fault."
people from dying, and you failed as a leader and more importantly as a father.
Yeah.
Give up because you've already lost. There's something to that
Yeah.
that he already lost, because what more is there to get? Your kid's dead.
Right.
You know, we just nailed that in 15 minutes. That whole first episode.
Nice.
That's some good note taking.
Very good.
So, episode 811, Dead or Alive or. The Saviors are looking for Gabriel and the Doctor. Daryl's leading a group through the woods, and Tara dumps a walker on Dwight.
Bitch.
I mean, I get it. He's a piece of shit.
He's the
but
one who killed her girlfriend, too.
That's accurate, yeah.
He put the arrow through Denise's
I get that
neck.
then, yeah. I forgot until he apologized for her.
I think he was trying to shoot. Wasn't he trying to shoot Daryl at that point?
I think he said he was, yeah. I think he admitted that right away.
Right.
We see a chain being dragged, and then Gabriel and the Doc wonder if they passed the Linus overpass. I thought that was funny. This is Jim Linus.
Do you think that they, do you get where the chain was from?
It was the walkers dragging it, wasn't it?
Yeah, but do you get why
I
it had
forgot
the chain?
now. No, what was it?
It was the bear traps.
Oh, right. Okay, so they got
They were
stuck
close
in
to there. Even though
Right.
it was a separate story going on, they were close to
where
the doctor and Gabriel were. Because that's who found the bear trap.
Right, but
little-
the walker that was dragging the chain was dragging himself up next to the car.
Yeah.
Like towards the end. So yeah,
Because
they
he
were
had
right there.
Yeah, they were close to. They
Right.
didn't see each other, but they were close in proximity.
Wait, the bear trap was the Doctor and
Yes,
Gabriel.
I'm saying that.
They were the ones sitting in the car.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm saying.
I
It
was
wasn't
thinking
a
that it was like
crossover.
Michonne and Rick.
Yeah,
Okay,
no.
My bad. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
So
Got
the
it.
Doctor is testing Gabriel's vision, and Gabriel's hearing a bell or something, and it leads them to a house.
There's a sign.
Right. Tara is asking why Dwight is still breathing, and Daryl's like, not yet. And Rosita mentions them having just lost the kid. I thought that was a little cold for Carl. We just lost Carl. We just lost the kid.
Who said that?
Rosita, talking to Tara. She's like, come on, man, chill out. Like, we just lost the kid.
The kid. He was the kid.
He was the kid, yeah.
So I
And
don't
you
think
see
it
they've
was a-
replaced him already.
With who?
The young blonde kid.
Oh, really?
You don't think so?
I don't
He's
know.
the kid on the show now. Like, Enid's not necessarily a kid. That young blonde kid is the kid.
We'll see.
He's been trained like Morgan, and now Morgan's going to leave. He's the kid.
Okay.
Just a guess.
I think he's like angry. Like he's got like deep-seated problems now.
Right,
He
but
lost his
Morgan
brother.
cleared up his concerns of wanting revenge by saying, you already got it, kid.
Because it was Gavin
It
that
was
killed
Gavin,
your kid.
yeah.
Yeah. When it was the long-haired guy, wasn't it?
Oh, right, so he
Yeah.
lied to him. Okay, so he's going to find that out and kill the long-haired dude, for sure. And he's going to be crossing the same lines that Carl crossed, and et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just saying, it seems
be.
like one kid's out,
It
the
seems
other
like
kid's
they make
in.
it seems like they make you think that, and then he gets his face eaten off.
I
I
think
think that's what this show kind of does to you. Like, oh, everybody loves Chris. Oh.
everybody hates Chris, but
Oh.
yeah. fair
Yeah, I
enough.
know.
Oh, everybody
I know
loves
that's
him on the
right.
show. Gotcha. So speaking of the prisoner douche, he's saying the kid sitting with Morgan is freaking people out. So I mean, he's right there talking shit to him.
Right.
The kid asks who killed his brother. Morgan asks why they don't tell him, and Carol's like, the kid's not fine, and neither are you. Get your shit together. Negan is disappointed by Eugene, and he promises to get the whole story one way or another about the Gabriel and the Doctor.
Because he thinks Eugene let him go. Right.
Right.
He's got suspicions.
Eugene asks about Alexandria, and he's like, what do you care? You know, Eugene's going to get to be in charge of his own outpost, and he needs to make bullets. You know, as a last resort, of course.
Right.
And Eugene asks if there will be wine. That's his fucking concern.
And then he gives him the housewife.
Right.
To
Yeah, he's
cook
like,
and
there'll be
clean.
2 of them. Or so. I
Right.
swear he said 2 different ones. Ridiculous. Gabriel's trying to read still, and the doc says that they're lucky to have found this place. And he's like, look, had nothing to do with it. The owner of the house was a radio
Blind
operator.
faith being
Right.
the...
Literal blind faith,
Right.
yeah. Gabriel muses that maybe repeating the script kept the radio operator going. And then the doc's like, yeah, no, he killed himself or tried to. Well, he did kill himself, rather.
Yeah,
But
put the
it's
plastic
just-
bag over his
yeah.
head, right?
In the woods, Dwight points out the way Negan would send his people from the sanctuary to the hilltop. And Tara says it's too dangerous for the saviors, but we're going to go through it. Talking about the swamp area.
Right.
Dwight defends his position that he didn't turn on his people, that he killed them. You know, like, I killed my people. And he chose his side. He's here to help them beat Negan. And he knows how it ends after that.
So basically, he's saying that he knows Daryl or she's
Yeah,
going to
someone's
kill
going to
him.
kill me afterwards,
Right.
but this is the side I want to be on. I
Right.
fucking told you. Like,
You
wasn't
said
that
it
within
way
the first-
back in the day.
Wasn't that like the first 2 episodes he was in? I'm like, this dude, they're going to make him sympathetic to where you feel bad when he fucking dies, and he's going to end up
Right.
being a good dude, and then
Right.
fucking end up trying to pull that shit.
A la Jamie Lannister.
Right. Yeah, very
Right.
much so. Let's see. So, they agree to try
Jamie
the swamps.
Lannister is not dead in Game of Thrones. Like that's
Yeah, that was not a spoiler.
Not a spoiler.
Neither is Dwight in...
Neither's Dwight
This
in
show.
Walking Dead.
At the hilltop, Maggie is discussing rations.
Right. Well, with the Alexandria down, there's no trading between those two, so now they only have
Right.
very little of what they need. Probably.
Okay, that makes a lot
There's
of
nobody
sense.
probably running around doing a lot of scavenging because
They're in a fucking
they're in the middle
war.
of a fucking war. Right.
How has Hilltop not just been bombed? I mean, because Negan wants to save people. Got it.
And right, because he ran out of grenades. He had to have run
but
out
he
of
doesn't
grenades.
want to blow up the people. He wants them to fall in
Right.
line. And Hilltop is technically falling in. I mean, it's not. It isn't. It isn't. Since Maggie's taken over, Negan hasn't been there, has he?
No. But he's on his way, right?
Right. Okay, so the doctor tells Gabriel to lay down, and Gabriel's trying to read pill bottles on the bedside, and he's like, "These are antibiotics. This man may have saved your life."
Like
And he's like,
he keeps telling him, "I told you,
"Yeah,
I told you." Yeah, that really works out in the end, doesn't it?
right." In the woods, Dwight's. He tells Daryl that his wife was why he did what he did, to save her, and he says that she's out here somewhere. And they get to the swamp, and
You think she ever comes back into play?
I don't know. Probably not. I would imagine she just got killed out there. Like maybe we've seen her as a walker, without really noticing, or some shit like that. Or she might appear if they stay in that area, but I don't know they're gonna stay in that area. I mean, with the saviors, they're gonna have to, so I guess so. She could be out there somewhere.
Yeah.
But you'd think the saviors would find them. They're looking hard for Rick's group, and they can't find them, so they probably would have came across his ex.
Rick's group's pretty spread out right now.
Right.
Right.
Let's see. Dwight offers to help, but Daryl denies him, and then Tara decides to stay back too. I'm like, she's gonna kill Dwight. Right
You
at that
thought-
moment, I was like, she's gonna kill Dwight when she decides to stay back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. At the hilltop, Maggie talks to Gregory, and he's like, "Can I get out, please?" Essentially, and another prisoner says they've behaved, and she killed one anyway. The longer you treat us like the enemy. And he asked for some time outside the pen for good behavior, and she's like, "Yeah, no." She's also cutting off their rations. She's
Yeah.
got no choice. So that was kind of a bad day for that guy. He's been the most reasonable out of them, but he's probably going to turn out to be a total douchebag.
Yeah, I think he's just doing the whole. I think this is like part of savior training. Mm-hmm. Try to
That makes sense.
mental
yeah.
warfare. At this point,
Right.
like the dude who pissed himself.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know?
that makes sense. On the swamp, Rosita almost gets bit, and Daryl and Sadiq clear a path through the water.
I forget what happened to Dwight. He's running around. He's got some sort of injury.
I don't remember what
Did he
happened
get
to
shot
his,
or something?
Maybe. I don't know what happened to his elbow or
Okay.
arm. Again, Tara's going to do something stupid, and she gives Dwight a knife. At the house, Gabriel's fever is broken, but his eyesight might be permanent. So his fever broke right then? Because we're cutting back and forth. We're to believe they're happening at the same time, right? So
Or later on that day, I guess. It
But-
could have been a couple hours.
but we're cutting back to them in the swamps.
Antibiotics can take effect pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It can be a couple. I don't believe it was the next day though. Do you think?
No, it was the same day, clearly.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still walking in the swamp. They
Right.
just got to the swamp, and then he's like, "Oh, take antibiotics. Oh, I'm feeling better." Like
So why do you think the one episode was like that with the
what?
80s and the name
Because
tag?
it was.
Was it like a
it
guest
wasn't-
director or something like that?
It wasn't all about Carl, which is what I was gonna say. But it was about them all finding out that Carl died. But it
They
wasn't.
didn't find out till this episode.
Aaron and Enid didn't find out in that episode.
No, they didn't
Right.
find out till and Maggie and all them didn't find out
Right.
till they got back.
Okay.
They didn't even say it though. Like they just showed Daryl going
Right.
like he just kind of shook his head and he's just like,
Right. Yeah.
you know, like you don't even have to say anything. Like they
Right.
just knew.
So he says he apologizes for his eyesight probably being permanent. He's like, "You're sorry I'm going to live?"
Right.
Okay, enough with your fucking eternal optimism, Gabriel. Jesus. He's like, the thought of losing your sight in this world doesn't scare you or piss you off? And Gabriel breaks the pig and reveals a key and a map. I mean, it's just like, can he stop having strokes of good luck so that he
Right.
can attribute it to...
to the good Lord, right?
Right. Let's see. In the woods, Tara is covering Dwight with a gun. He's like, "You could cover me with a knife." He apologizes to Tara about Denise and says he hates Negan and the Saviors. And she starts fucking shooting at him.
Right.
And they run and she
Isn't it
catches
weird?
him.
Like he was half hiding behind the tree thing. Like
Yeah.
he knew what was coming.
Of course
like,
he did.
Yeah.
They run and she catches him and they hear the Saviors talking and hide.
She almost put one right in his face, though,
Right.
dude. It hit the tree right where his head was.
Right. At the house, Gabriel hears something, and it's a sign that says, "Danger, bear traps." And then Carson gets caught in one, and Gabriel walks through a couple, and they don't work. I mean, again, it's just, okay, you fucker. Just something bad happened to him, worse than his eyesight. Fuck off.
Well, then he gets
He
the
finds a gun and blindly shoots the walker off of him.
dead shot.
Jesus was firing the gun that day.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Right. Should we let him drive for a little while?
Right.
In the woods, Dwight gives himself up to
Like
save
Jesus,
Tara.
but better.
Right. At least I've turned up. The Saviors don't know he's a traitor, he finds out when he goes out and like sacrifices himself to the Saviors for Tara.
They don't know
They
that
don't know.
he.
They like give him the gun and like,
Right.
"Let's go, Dwight. Let's do this."
Right.
And
I thought they were gonna do like a crossfire thing right
Right.
there and like take them all out. Like I thought he would just turn around and start shooting at him, and then she would get the rest.
turns
of
out
them.
no one has seen Laura, the girl who knows he's a traitor. And Dwight leads them away.
Which is the
redhead chick that was into who was she into? Eugene? No, it wasn't Eugene.
she isn't the bug-eyed chick, right? No, she bit it.
No, the redhead chick. She was into somebody.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
The last time they got in that firefight,
sorry. She says, "I hardly." Or they lead. Dwight leads them away, and they say, "I hardly recognize you without your vest."
Daryl's vest.
Yeah.
Fucker.
Rosita was watching Tara, but chose not to stop her. And Daryl's pissed at Tara, and he realizes he's ranting in front of Judith and stops. I mean, it's weird how they're all parents in a way. You know, they're all like
It takes a
accountable
village.
For it. Yeah. I mean,
Especially,
in this world.
yeah, no shit, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody's looking out for everybody. Your people are your people.
In the house, they get in the Jeep, and the Saviors catch them in the garage, and he's like, "He's still leading the way. Believe it, and you'll see it." And then Carson takes a gun and gets shot. And then Gabriel's fucking sobbing.
He gets shot, and they just dump him off the back of the truck
it's like,
and keep
that's it.
going.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, that was the doctor. That's gonna be our ass."
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Right, dumbass.
Jeez.
At the hilltop, Daryl and crew arrive. Carol finds out about Carl, so does Maggie and Enid. Mm-hmm. The boy asks how Carl died, and they say he was helping a stranger. Morgan tells the kid Gavin killed his brother, and you got him. So Sadiq thanks Maggie for her hospitality and says it's not much, and he says it's everything. I mean, genuine dude so far.
Okay, I was gonna send
Go
you a
on.
text while I was watching. Do we trust Sadiq? Could he be a plant?
From Negan?
Yeah.
To what end? To get Carl killed? I mean, he'd be
To
the biggest
infiltrate?
bad guy. If he got Carl killed trying to save him, I don't know, man. It seems like he's telling the truth, but I get where you're skeptical.
I'm skeptical.
You think so?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying one way or the other. Like you said, he seems genuine, but like, I mean, there hasn't been a whole lot of that in this kind of show, but there'd be a good little plot twist. Like,
It would.
oh shit!
Yeah,
so
if he was,
Carl was trying to save a savior, so it was the saviors.
Right, and then
Now
Rick would
Rick's
totally
going to
be
be
justified.
fucking go deep end on him
Yeah.
now.
Yep. So let's see.
Wait, dude, that's where it's going.
You
I
think
just
so?
talked myself into it.
Okay.
Yeah. We're going to see Rick go full throttle
Because Sadiq
because
is
Sadiq, he finds out Sadiq is
a Negan plant.
a Negan, yeah.
Okay.
What do you call it? Not a seed.
A spy? I mean,
I can't think of it.
yeah, okay.
Right.
He asks about an infirmary and says he's got some medical experience and wants to help.
Okay.
At the Bullet Outpost, one of Negan's wives tries to compliment Eugene, and he rebuffs her and tells her his food order. Then designates the break room, and then Negan busts in with Gabriel, and Eugene's worried for a second, and then Gabriel's like, "Oh, it was Carson.
Right.
They got us out of there." The doctor. Negan doesn't like Eugene's timetable on making bullets, and Eugene suggests catapulting walker parts. And Negan's like, I got an idea out of that pile of shit you just gave me.
Right.
And Gabriel thought he found what he was meant to do. And then Eugene's like, yeah, we both have. You're going to separate bullet casings.
Right.
That's what you do now. Because you can't do anything else because you're blind.
Right.
You're blind, Gabriel.
Essentially, they saw that weird little butthole view. It
Right.
looks like it's from the inside of an
Butthole
anus.
view. He's got butthole eyesight.
Right.
At the Hilltop, Maggie agrees to take people out in pairs to work and for medical attention. And Gregory suggests they evacuate the Hilltop, and then Rick arrives. Then we go to the sanctuary where Negan is explaining how you join the club. Something from them gets in you. Maybe we can use that. And then he's getting Lucine all dirtied up with guts. And that's how the episode ends.
So, again, like goes back to the question. So does that count as a zombie scratch then?
Yeah, it absolutely does. If they hit them with something that cuts them, and then zombie stuff gets in you, that's it.
So, like, all the time that they've had it on their face or blood has
But
gotten
they would have
them-
had to have had open wounds.
So, like, swallowing it or getting in your mouth doesn't count?
I would think it would. No? Oh, maybe not.
I'm saying they definitely have had it in their face, in their eyes,
Okay.
in their, like, they've had it all over them. They covered themselves in guts to hide from the zombies. How does that not make them a zombie, if this is the case?
I think maybe the implication is that you have to either be, like, swallowing a bunch of it or get it in you, like, cut. I think the cut is really the only way for it to
Okay.
get in your blood system or your bloodstream. You know, I don't know.
Okay.
It would
Nobody
make
knows.
sense
Like,
if
there's
they
no
ate
science
it.
behind it because they don't know. Nobody knows. Can't. The world has ended. There's nobody studying this disease trying to figure it out.
Well,
you know?
what's his name
As far
was?
as we know,
What's his name was?
the guy in the
CDC?
yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, more Walking Dead next week. Any predictions going forward? You said Sadiq. You think is I don't.
I think Sadiq's a mole.
I think
a mole
you're off
is what
on
I was
that.
looking for.
I think you're off on that one. I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Not at all.
I think Sadiq is. I think if they did that, it would be a slap in the face to Carl's death. And I'm not saying they couldn't do it. I just don't think they would. Hopefully, because then it's like he died for nothing. Which
he
may,
still died. No, he
it
still
may
died.
influence Rick.
He still died
Which
with
would
the
make it out
intention
for
of
nothing.
helping someone. That's why he died.
But if the guy
still
turns
trying-
out to be a douchebag and not real, doesn't that make it worthless?
No, it just
Because
gives.
Sadiq was already saved.
It gives the. Like I said, Rick going off the deep end and being able to finish the war.
Yeah,
with Negan.
maybe it ends up motivating Rick
Yeah.
to fucking kill Negan. And,
Right.
Yeah. Ugh. I don't know. Some part of me wants to see
Or
white-haired Rick and
maybe
Negan hanging
Sadiq,
out.
or the complete opposite end of that. Sadiq becomes basically the symbol of what Carl wanted.
Right.
Like,
I think that seems more likely. But I'm it'd be cool if it does happen either way. Whatever.
right.
I mean, this is the type of show that it doesn't seem like a lot happens, but then when you talk through it, a bunch of stuff does happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I get some people's complaints with the show that they want more big action stuff. Like, I mean,
Right.
that opening to season 6, for example, with the fucking Walker pit, where they were all in there and then they were coming out and they herded them and all that cool shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's
okay.
massive stuff. So,
Right.
like, I get where somebody could be like, oh, it was more of a, like Robert said that one time, God, this fucking episode sucked.
Yeah, he said even the same thing last time I talked to him about it. He said the show is soft.
It's soft. Okay, well, check out any of the other things in the world, because I don't have anything to plug in particular. I started saying it, then realized I didn't really
Very
have
broad
anything.
spectrum there.
Yeah.
Tom.
So, we'll be back next week. Make sure you subscribe, etc., etc.,
This is how to watch TV.
etc.
Etc.
All these memories in my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind. I'm still a secret lemonade drinker.